Hello, whoa. Maybe we don't do that. Hello, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Hope you like this. If you haven't already noticed, I'm on a spinny chair, and I hopefully won't be just spinning in it randomly. I filmed yesterday, and I literally murdered my back sitting on like a stool. So we're in an actual kind of chair here. Hopefully my back does not ache and break like it felt yesterday. Also, my hair looks not great today. I don't know why. So it's in a scarf. So please don't judge it too harshly. Also, I'm in a robe because I'm cold. Today, I was gonna do my makeup and kind of do like a get ready with me, I guess. Talk about my little makeup adventures. There was a misadventure yesterday I thought I was interesting, and then talk about just products and stuff. So we're gonna do that. First things first, I'm gonna try this primer, this e.l.f. Retro Paradise Primer Glow Oil. Just put that on my face. Something is breaking me out. I don't know if you can tell right down here, and I don't know if it's this or if I went. I don't think it's this. I only used this once, and I did do a couple days where I didn't use my retinol, so I'm thinking it was maybe because of the retinol and I didn't use it for those couple days. Hopefully it's not this, because I actually really like this. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit, and then I'm going to put on my eye primer. Which eye primer should I put on? We'll put on the Urban Decay one, even though that's not my favorite, but I need to get some use out of that because I have like 3 primers in my collection right now, and only one of them is that I really like. This one's okay, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the Wet n Wild one is just like superior in my opinion. Maybe I just have very oily lids, who knows. Oh, let me tell you about my little misadventure yesterday. So I was filming my like top 20, was it top 20? I think I was just rating my eyeshadow. I don't know, I think I have 23 eyeshadow, but anyway, I was finishing up that video and I was putting stuff away because I had taken it all out, and my Pat McGrath palettes were like on the edge of like my little table, and one of them fell and like hit kind of this box that I have my nail polish in pretty hard, and I was like, oh, damn it. I was like, well, because like I've dropped eyeshadow before, and like I've never had anyone that cracked, I don't think. And I was like, well, it should be fine. Then I opened it up and it was like cracked all over. Here, I can even show you. Ugh. It was Interstellar Icon, which was like one of my favorites. It was this one. I think I did a good job of repressing it. I don't know if you guys can tell. I think you can a little bit. I was really nervous to repress it because it's a Pat McGrath shadow, and I tried seeing if I could find anywhere online that like anyone had experience repressing a Pat McGrath shadow. I'm going in with my hydrating concealer. A lot of them did say use a higher alcohol balance, so like a 90. I only had a 70, and I really just kind of wanted to get it over with, so I just used that. But then I was nervous because I've repressed shadows before, but not well. I think I did it for a Profusion palette I had. It didn't come out great, and then I think I did it again for when I had the e.l.f. J Kissa palette, and that didn't come out great either. So in the process, I was like, well, let me try repressing some other shadows I have in my palette. So here, I'll show you what I repressed. So I decided to do like an easy one. I'm gonna start this over because my dog kept distracting me throughout that entire thing. Okay, so I had to repress my palette, one of these palettes. Where is it? The Pat McGrath one, Interstellar Icon, because it fell. This shadow in particular got kind of all over the place. I still need to kind of clean it up a little bit. But I was nervous because it was a Pat McGrath palette, and I thought, well, let me try repressing Tempura and Modern Renaissance because it's just a basic shade. Like I have that shade everywhere, but I do want to pan it for purposes. And then I was like, well, let me try my butter bronzer. So I was like practicing. And then I was like, well, let me do this one, because this one, I think I've said before, fell out. The blue shade, which is like my favorite blue shade, fell out of the palette and kept getting everywhere. Like, it's still kind of in that green and then that dark color. So I repanned that, and then I did this one. And then I was like, well, you know what I should do? This So Main palette has this shade in it. Sorry, I don't mean to blind you. This shade down here. Ooh, I hope that didn't fall out. And it doesn't show up. Like, when I would swatch it, nothing would come off my finger. And I was like, what is going on? I assumed it was just like a bad shade, but other people were able to get stuff off of it. So I was like, let me try doing that one. Hold on, I need to blend this concealer out. So I was like, well, let me try repressing that one as well, as long as I'm repressing everything. And that was like the only one that was like kind of weird. And I still think now it's a little weird, but it's better. It just had this like putty texture to it. Like, I couldn't get it to like get dry, and I don't know what the deal with that is. It's just like a weird kind of formula. I don't know. I'll swatch them for you to show you how they like all kind of turned out. But yeah, that was my little adventure yesterday, because I have like no luck doing like panning eyeshadows. It's just not my thing. Or not pan, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say repressing them. The ones I've done in the past just haven't turned out that great. So I was really nervous, but I really wanted to fix that shade. And I was like, I really want to fix that Dose of Color shade, because it is my favorite. I was nervous about the formula changing. I didn't, from swatching it, I didn't notice much of any formula changes. Like, it still looks very nice and pretty. For Interstellar Icon, that's not my favorite shade, the one that broke in the palette, so it wasn't a huge deal. Like, if it was that blue one, I'd be like 10 times more upset. But since it was only that kind of greenish brown, you know, I wasn't happy about it, but, you know, it wasn't the end of the world to me. And again, it's just eyeshadow, it's not really the end of the world. I think that's blended out. I feel like this pimple should get covered. Hold on. So that was my little adventure. Hold on, let me show you, because So Main still looks kind of funky to me. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's like squishy. But it's dry, if that makes sense. I am able to get more color payoff. Like, I could not get this before. And then I'll just swatch it on my hand. Hopefully you can see this. Like, I could not get that before at all. But it is kind of putty-like, which is a little weird. I don't know about that one. It's not a big deal, but it was just like kind of funky. I'm gonna try swatching this blue shade. This blue shade is so much better now that I repressed it. It doesn't just fall apart. It's beautiful. Love her. It's like a blue with a black base, but you can still see the kind of bluish lavender part of it, which is very nice. I don't think I'm gonna swatch. Well, I guess I could swatch Tempera, but it's just a base color. Bronzer I'm not gonna swatch. I will do the what is this one called? Divine Dahlia. That. I still think it looks nice. So glad that all worked out in the end. What was another little story I was going to tell you? Oh, this Kosas foundation. I think I mentioned this in another video, but this Kosas foundation was being a real pain in my ass. And it was very annoying because for the first one I ordered the shade 4, and it was not the right shade, but I did like the formula. Like, I thought it was very nice and dewy. But when I ordered the new one, it just did not, it looked dry somehow. And I was like, what is going on? I kept trying it with different primers, didn't work, and someone was like, you need to do it with, like, right after you moisturize, not right after you moisturize, and sunscreen your face, and that's how it works better. And I'm like, well, maybe I did that wrong before, I don't know. Sorry, But then I recently got this primer. I don't know if this might be breaking me out. I'm not sure. I do know they have another primer oil. Not primer oil. I know it's like a face oil. They're just natural one, which I do like. Hold on. I just put 2 little dots. I shake it and then I put 2 little dots on here. It's very liquidy. Just gonna put that on my face. Oh my god, my fucking hair. Don't ask what's going on up here. I got bored. Don't ask. And then I just kind of dot it on my face. I put the least amount on my forehead because I don't have many problems with my forehead. Usually doesn't need that much coverage. Okay, there we go. It's looking a lot better than it usually does. I'm just gonna go with the sponge real fast. Okay, that looks decent, I think. I don't know if it's just like the lighting right now, but I feel like you can really hear my mustache. Okay, there we go. I am then going to go and show you cream products or show you powder products today. Let's do powder because I have noticed that this is like a very oily type of foundation. I like it that way. If you're not into looking oily, maybe you probably want to steer clear from this. I'm going in with this blush color in this Hourglass palette. I don't know if this is still on sale, but it was on sale on Sephora for like, I don't know for how much, but I think I only paid like $32 for it. And I was eyeing it when it first came out, but I was like, no, I really don't need another face palette. But then I was like, well, it's on sale. Might as well. I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm still not sure if I love this face palette. I think my Becca one performs just as fine. But maybe I need to play around with it more. Maybe it'll grow on me. I'm curious about this, like the under eye or the all over face powder, just because I've been having so many problems with my e.l.f. one. And, you know, I do have my Bite one, but I don't always like using that one. And I've heard so many good things about the Hourglass one. So it's kind of one of the reasons I bought it, because of that and the bronzer. I think that looks nice. Maybe some more. I'm going to go in with this brush. It's a blush brush, but I want to see how it works for this bronzer shade. I always do these get ready with me's and then forget what I was going to talk about. Like, I always do these in silent because that's what I'm used to. But I'm trying to remember what I was going to talk about it. Because I remember being like, oh, I'm going to talk about this, this, and this. And then I don't. I'm going to go with this highlighter with my finger. And then just kind of blend it out with this one. Hair's getting everywhere. Oh, I was going to talk about if I should do like a low buy for this year. Maybe I should talk about this in another video. Nah, I'll talk about it now. I don't know if I should do like a budget for like my makeup and like other like clothes and stuff expenses this year. Oh my god, my eyebrows are a mess. Because I was thinking about doing one of those, but then I just feel guilty if I do like either spend like slightly too much, or I don't know. I was trying to keep track of like my spending like every single day, like how much I spend on just like, you know, if I picked up food or got groceries. And either I would just like forget or not mark it down, or I wouldn't keep track at the end anyway. So I don't know if a budget is for me. Sorry, I'm gonna do these couple are bothering me. Because I don't think like a no buy for like a whole year is really realistic for me. Because I'm just someone that likes kind of going to the grocery store, and if I see like an eyeliner, I'm like, oh, let me pick this up. Like I don't think it's that it'll work out if I just do that, or if I'll end up kind of just binging. I do want to try not to buy any makeup till the end of the month, because that's going to be my birthday, so then I can still pick up my Sephora gift. Because what I'm curious about is getting another another Rare Beauty blush, the liquid blushes, in Happiness. It's like a kind of cool toned pink, I guess you would say it is. And I don't know, I'm just like really into it right now, and it's like one of those things like maybe I should just like wait and see if I still want it by the end of the month. That's what I'm thinking about doing overall with my makeup purchases. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be doing like not binging. It's not binging. What am I trying to say? Impulse. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I find that if I think about it, I can talk myself out of it. I did that with kind of the Rare Beauty. Did I kind of? Yeah, I kind of did that with the Rare Beauty. Their new holiday collection. To the point, like, even if it went on, like, their eyeshadow palettes that are all the shimmers, I talked myself out of that. One, I don't know if I would, like, necessarily use it. If that makes sense. Like, I tend to like things that have palettes that have, like, mattes. And, well, do I? Because I have the Pat McGrath ones. I do have the Pat McGrath ones, but I feel like because they're Pat McGrath, that's why. And then it got decent reviews, but I ended up getting that's what happened. I ended up getting the Pat McGrath one, so I was like, well, I really don't need these. The blue one was the one I was kind of looking at for Rare Beauty. And I think even if it went on sale, like, right now, I wouldn't pick it up. Just because that color story no longer, like, kind of speaks to me. Same thing with the Lunar Beauty one. Like, I think those blues in that palette are beautiful. I like that it's kind of like a neutral color, neutral toned. But yeah, it doesn't call out to me like it first did. And I think waiting on it and not just buying it first thing when it came out was, like, probably the best thing to do. I'm trying to think of another release that I kind of skipped out on. What else did I skip out on? I know there's something else I'm thinking of. Oh, since I have, like, the Cutting Edge Dose of Colors palette, I was thinking about maybe getting the smoky version of that. And I still think about it, and I've had it, like, whenever they have a sale, I, like, put it in my cart, and I'm like, the sale just isn't worth it. Like, the sale they had for that day, like, when I got that palette, was like 50% off, and that was, like, really good. But now they only had, like, a 30% off one, and I'm like, well, this is almost comes out, this is just like $2 less, because I always kind of include shipping with stuff, than if I just bought the palette. I guess you can't buy it at the store, but I don't know, it just didn't seem worth it when I first got it. And I feel like more I wait on it, I'm like, well, I guess I don't really need it. Maybe if there was, like, a really good sale, I would pick it up. But even then, I'm just like, maybe I should just, like, hold off on it. Especially with eyeshadows, I have so many. I really don't need any more. So I think I'm going to just wait to see if I still want that Rare Beauty blush, because I also have in my cart, my hypothetical Sephora cart, the Oat, what is it called? I think it's called, is it the Inky List? The Oat Cleansing Balm. That, I was looking at that, you get like 5 ounces of product with that, which I think is more than both the It Cosmetics one and the Clinique Cleansing Balm makeup remover. And I've been trying to find, like, another one. The first one I think I ever tried was the Physicians Formula one, the matcha one, which I do like, but I do notice that I go through it quite quickly. And it is like $11, which isn't, like, it's kind of expensive. Is it 11? No, I think it's more than 11. And I just feel like how fast I kind of go through it. I do like how well that takes off my makeup, because then I think I tried the Clinique one. That one's all right. I don't know, for some reason I just didn't like that one as much as I do the Physicians Formula one. And then I have like little ones of the DHC cleansing oil. This was like on sale for like $2, I think, at $7. I think it was $7. What am I saying? $2. $7 at Target, and so I got 2 of them. And I really actually like that one, but I know that one's a little expensive as well. I don't know, maybe that one's not as expensive as I'm thinking. But anyway, then I was like, well, maybe I should get the e.l.f. recently came out with one. And I debated if I should get that one. But I do already have one. I'm almost done with the Physicians Formula. And then I still have that oil. So I was like, well, maybe I guess I could wait off on it. Oh, by the way, I'm using the Dose of Colors palette. I didn't say that. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll just do that. But I noticed both of them, like the one on the Inky list and then the one from e.l.f. are both $10, but you get more product from the Oat Cleansing Balm in the Inky list one. So I was like, well, maybe I should just get this one. So that's currently in my cart right now if I ever do make like a Sephora purchase. I'm also trying to like limit some of my purchases because I still have stuff that like I want to get around the house. Like I want to redo kind of my office I use for working remotely, because the office is just like the extra bedroom, but I was working in there for a while, and then I don't know, it got kind of messy again. I have to clean it out, and I don't know, maybe I can add like something to make it more office friendly, if that makes sense. So I'm like, maybe I should just save money for that. I want to get a frame. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was like a picture of like Harry Styles that was like up here, but it fell, and I've just been using tack for it. And tack isn't that like sticky tack, and I've noticed with tack it's not the best for like the picture quality, like the paper quality. If you use it on like, I'm trying to remember. I don't know, I just find that it does kind of slightly degrade the quality of the poster of like whatever paper you're using. There's a little fallout with that. We're just gonna go with our finger. So anyway, I wanted to get a frame for that, but then like it's like a weird measurement, so like none of the frames I can find on like Amazon really work, and I've tried other stores, but there's this thing that you can just kind of like hang it, and I'm like, well, maybe that'll work, and then I can like still use the does that make sense? I can still take the poster out. Yeah. It's a little less complicated, and it's cheaper. But they only had it in, I wanted the black, but they only have it in like a teak, which I think would look okay with the room, but I would prefer the black. But then I was thinking, well, I could just easily paint the black, couldn't I? So I might be getting that soon. I always put it in my cart. I don't like ordering from Amazon, but when I do, I like to put as much stuff in my cart as possible and then just check out, so then I use it less. And that's one of the things where it's like always in my cart, but then I never end up getting it. But I have to get a screen protector, or a case for my mom's tablet. So I'm gonna probably have to make a purchase anyway, because I don't see really any at Target or anywhere. So what was I even talking about? How I shouldn't be spending money on makeup. I say this as I'm like somewhat thinking about getting a big Pat McGrath palette. I was like, that could be my birthday present to myself. But those are like $125 for a palette that I'm like, I don't know, I have the shimmers. I heard the mattes really aren't anything to write home about, and I like a good quality matte, so I feel like that would be one of the reasons why I would get it. And I don't know which one I would get. I always thought I would get the Midnight Sun one. And I've heard like, I heard that it was a good one, but it doesn't have like as many as the Blitz Astro shades. I don't remember the other ones, but I think Sublime is the one with the green in it. And it's like a good, like emerald looking green, if that makes sense. Like it looks so nice. But would I only be getting it for the green? And then there's kind of the cooler tone one with the blue, which also looks very nice. Hold on, I have to sharpen something real fast. So those are the ones I'm kind of like stuck between if I ever did get a Pat McGrath palette. I'm really just like hypothetically, I don't think I'd actually get a Pat McGrath palette unless there was like a really good sale. And I think I missed out on their holiday sale, so maybe this might be a thing for next year. Unless, you know, Sephora has a sale, but Sephora's been having a lot of sales. Which I'm not mad about, but she's very interesting. You know what, I'm gonna say something controversial. I've always liked Sephora over Ulta. And maybe it's because it's the pandemic and Sephora's been having free shipping, so I've been able, so I can kind of justify my purchases to Sephora more. Oh, by the way, I'm going in with this Maybelline Tattoo Studio eyeliner, this brown one, in my waterline. This was kind of an impulse buy at Walgreens? Yes, I was looking for the Harry Styles poster. And I felt weird not buying anything because all else I needed was some stamps. So I was like, well, let me get this eyeliner. I got a mascara. I feel like I got something else too. I can't remember. But yeah, big fan of this. This is very nice. I hope it doesn't dry out too fast because I find that's the problem with most of my drugstore. Okay, editing Liz here. This video ended abruptly and I thought I filmed an ending, but I can't find it. So that's the end of the video. I'm sorry if it was left on like a cliffhanger. My usual spiel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully I get better storage for my phone. The end. Bye!